They get it to him running left. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. A great play there. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons have taken the lead here in the fourth.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
A score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
They'll try and run it here. And he will get into the end zone again, and he seems to have a nose for it as he gets both the touchdown and the two-point conversion. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the goal line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Back to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. Young and Rice hook up for a big one. 49 yards.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
He'll look to throw. And he hits his tight end, Ebron. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. As they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They'll hand it off now. Williams. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back to throw. Flush to his right. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete. And the trick play doesn't work. Good reaction there defensively, and it'll be 4th down. And Zerline's kick is good. And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. So in the final minute, they turn it over to their kicker to get him back to even, and he does not disappoint.
Brandon, do you think the pressure ever gets to this guy? Because I sure don't. That was pretty smooth right there. But I tell you, he better not rest on his laurels, because there's a good chance they may need him again if this game goes to overtime.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Vick. Buying time to his left. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
Well, when he feels the pressure, naturally he likes going to his left, as most left-handed quarterbacks do. But this time he tries to let this go on the run, and it's going to wind up getting intercepted.
So it'll all come down to the booming right leg of Greg Zuerlein. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left.
No. Check. Patriot. Now let's go. 3-19.
Following the interception, Young. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far.
Now let's go. 3-19.
Now the first throw in overtime for Young. Throw left side, completion to Rice. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Young now from the 50. And this is caught. It's Jimmy Graham. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
On second down, Williams. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Green 39. Watch him now, Barney.
They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step.
Detroit!
Second down, Young. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And that one results in 35 yards. So often in overtime, Charles, games are won or lost on one big play. That might have been that big play right there.
And the ability to execute it despite the stakes, because let's face it, we've been there before. We've seen guys maybe hyperventilate a little bit when it's their opportunity. Not in this situation. They executed it calmly, and they really got it done.
And now they're set up in prime position. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
On second and goal, standing alone in the backfield is Williams.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
Well, now they'll try the end around. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's third and goal.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing, and as a player, that means an awful lot.
Another chance to maybe end it right here. This is third and goal.
Hurry up, here we go. Green.
They'll run it with Williams. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1.
Every time I watch LT blow up plays just like that one, I think of one quote. You can run, but you can't hide.
He won a record 3 Defensive Player of the Year awards back in his day. He was also the league MVP in 1986.
One of 2 defensive players who won the MVP award in the NFL. The second one, Alan Page with the Minnesota Vikings, the linchpin of their Purple People Eaters defense.
They go for it on fourth and goal, but that winds up incomplete. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
And now they have a little more space to maneuver from the 15, first and 10. They keep it with Fournette on first down. And he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a second and 1.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
On second down, Kamara. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to say.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt, I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And great yardage here all the way deep into Los Angeles territory. A huge play there in overtime. 58 yards. So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on first and 10. Here's a give to Fournette. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. It's a win for the Falcons here as we say so long from Atlanta.